So,
Let's talk about what happened today.
okay, go for it.
So, to set a little bit of context,
Yeah.
for the last 3 odd years, give or take, and there have been some misses in between, Rakhi and I get on a video call every day, almost every day. We do take a break sometimes to do what we call the process. Future reference, when we refer to the process, it's this process that we're talking about. This process came to us in 2019. The longer story of that will come in the following podcasts, where we'll actually go into the details of that. But for the purpose of this particular podcast, this particular episode of this podcast, we wanted to share a message that came through from the masters with you. And we want you to know how it came about. So you want to tell them how, Rakhi?
Sure. Okay. So the process Vanita is referring to is sort of like a meditation that we sit in every day. Like Vanita said, with a few breaks. And when we sit in this process, when we do our process, we receive various messages from time to time. Sometimes of a personal nature, sometimes guidances about things that we have to do. Sometimes, like in today's case, messages that they want us to share with the world, and various other themes. So today, when we sat in the process, there was a beautiful realization that came about when we were sharing with each other the messages that came through. And we're shortly going to share the message with you, and you'll see what we mean. So while I was sharing with Vanita what came through for me, she stopped me to share what came through for her. And what was breathtaking was that the message that came through to her as well as to me, to two separate individuals at the same point in time, was exactly the same, except for the use of words. So, Vani, do you want to share what came through to you, and then I can read?
Yeah, I'll read the one line that I got. It said, "It is integration time. It is time to work with the shadows and recognize them to also be a byproduct of light."
That is so stupendous, because I love how you've got the exact same message in a capsule, and I've got this long drawn message that says exactly the same thing. So if you want to work with your shadows, if you're struggling to come out of your own shadows and into the light, then the rest of this message is relevant for you. So I'm going to be reading what I transcribed as it was coming through. So what we try and do is we type it out, or we record the messages as they come through. So they are word for word what comes through from the divine and from the masters. We don't edit, we don't go back and rework, and we definitely don't paraphrase or write down later.
No.
Found that doesn't.
No.
So here goes. Elephant ears and elephant heart open, everyone.
You can close your eyes if you wish. It might help you just let it sink, and you can just soak it up. If you wish, you don't have to. I'm going to do that, which is why I thought it would be nice for you to let you know that I'm going to be doing that as well. Go for it, Aki.
I love that. Yeah, thank you. I love listening to messages that come from source just with my eyes closed, but there's no other distraction and I'm not being spent anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it's titled In Communion with the Divine. One, like number one. If you are in your own darkness, don't blame the light for not reaching you. If you are stuck behind your own shadow, stepping out of the way is up to you. Learn to exercise choice. Learn to recognize choice. Blame is a choice attributed to a state of choicelessness. Do you see, my dear ones, that even in this seeming choiceless state, you have the choice to step out of blame? This is the beauty of life. You are always in a position to choose. So if you find yourself in a dark spot, ask yourself this: what can I do to step into light? What am I doing that prevents me from stepping into light? Into the light. What is holding me back from choosing the light? What am I afraid of? What about being stuck here is comfortable? What is the problem with choosing? What is the benefit of blaming? Am I really ready to shift my reality here and now? If the answer is a no, well, then you just realized that you have chosen this stuckness. There's no judgment here, only acceptance. Embrace that this is where you're right now, where you are at right now. Recognize that you have acknowledged being stuck and wanting to remain here. That in itself is growth. You are ever changing, ever growing, ever evolving. So acknowledge this growth, change, and evolution with love. Next, know that just as you shifted away from remaining in lack of awareness, you will shift from remaining in discomfort to choosing to move into the light. Accepting the light, embracing the light, embodying the light is no simple ask. You must feel deeply moved and called. Only then you're shaken out of your reverie, the darkness holds you in. It's a kind of intoxication to remain in darkness and want to be there. There's a kind of bliss in the numbness of being blind-sighted and ignorant. So choosing to let go of all that comes at a high price. Like when a very shy, self-conscious being chooses to come into the limelight. It's a process. It's a journey. It requires fierce evolution and growth. Acknowledge the process and every step from this point to that. It's not just about getting to the destination of being in the light or being the light. It's about all the bitter, sweet, spicy, sour that you went through to getting there that makes the destination that much more desirable, valuable, and sweet. So, if you are in your own darkness, don't be blaming the light for not reaching you anymore. Is there really any room for blaming anyone or anything? We hope now that you have the right answer to this conundrum. This process that we mentioned and how it relates to cosmic light healing and why the podcast is called Cosmic Light and why we refer to the Cosmic Light Healing Global event where we give or facilitate cosmic light healing for free 4 times a year is because the process that we do is a process for the activation of cosmic light healing. We sit in this process almost on a daily basis, like Vanita mentioned at the beginning of this video, in order to activate cosmic light healing and all the wisdom that comes and flows as a result of it. In our next video, we will be sharing with you the journey of how cosmic light healing was birthed.
All began. Yeah.
For now, we invite you to bathe in this message from the masters and listen and re-listen and re-listen. You're welcome to even jot down the questions and work with it and let it work with you. Vanita and I are both always tagged in the video. You're welcome to please reach out to either one of us if you need any help, you have questions, insights, you just want to share something, feedback. We're right here. You can write to us in DMs, comments, and we're right here for you. Lots of love.
And this is a great time. This is a great time to do it because yesterday, today, depending on which part of the world you are in, it was the Leo full moon. And full moons are a great time to illuminate the shadows. So have fun illuminating your shadows.
How is it always so perfect? And so
it always is perfect. Yep.
I love it. Just love it. Oh, it's called being high on bliss, guys. You gotta get on this pill. High five, bunny.
Virtual high five.
Signing out.